This is the newest travel router from a company called GL-iNet. This is the Slate 7, and yes, the 7 stands for Wi-Fi 7. Interesting, a travel router with Wi-Fi 7 capabilities. This is our third travel router review from this company, and the two previous models were very good. And the Slate 7 appears to be a big upgrade, and we're going to find out. And make sure and watch until the end of this video, because we're going to speed test the Slate 7 with the ASUS Zenbook laptop, which has a Wi-Fi 7 chipset. And we'll see how fast the Slate 7 really is. And just in case you forgot, I'm Michael Scott, and this is the Ultimate Tech Hub. And one more thing before we unbox this router, the Slate 7 is a dual-band Wi-Fi 7 router and not a tri-band. And this means there is no 6 GHz band, which means all we have is the 2.4 and the 5 GHz band. And that's a little bit of bad news. But the good news is the Slate 7 uses MLO technology, which combines the 2.4 and the 5 GHz bands together. This means we're going to get Wi-Fi 7 speeds, hopefully. So let's unbox it, set it up, and test it. So what do we get with the Slate 7? Let's find out. There we go. There we go. All right, we get some documentation, and we get, looks like, we get the router right here. Very nice, good size. Okay, there we go. We get a flat style Ethernet cable. And let's see what else do we get here. We get a charging brick for the American standard. We also get some European standards as well. And what else do we get? And we get a Type-C charging cable. And I'll show you all these here, different standards. So if you're traveling, which you should be with a travel router, you're going to be using European or English plugins. So this is nice to have. All right. So I do like this. I like the Type-C power connection. Very cool. There we go. I like that. There we go. Very nice. So the Slate 7 is a bit larger than the Opal travel router and a little bit heavier, but not a big deal. And like the Opal travel router, it has two adjustable antennae. Or is it antennas? I don't know. The back of this router has two Ethernet ports, one WAN and one LAN. And both of these ports are 2.5 gig ports, which is great. And yes, both of these ports can be used as WANs if you want to run a dual WAN configuration. But for most people, that won't be necessary. There's also a USB 3.0 for file sharing and the Type-C power port connection. This router also has an LCD screen in the front, which is really cool. But what's even cooler is, it's a touchscreen. Look at that, see? Very cool. And this is a huge upgrade from the Opal travel router, which does not have that. And two more things this router has is a mode button and a reset button. And that's it. And one more thing to note, this router has plenty of ventilation with vents on the sides and on the bottom. This router also runs an OpenWRT, so you can customize it if you want. If you're a big fan of VPNs, and you should be, you can install a VPN on the Slate 7. This model has 30 plus VPN services to choose from. And I use PIA, Private Internet Access, and it's fantastic and cheap. But we're not sponsored by them yet. So we're all plugged in with power. Let's go ahead and connect to the internet. And we'll use a LAN cable. Plug into the WAN right there, and there we go. Okay, first thing you want to do is download the app. And then go into the app and launch the setup wizard. And then go into add device. Then follow the steps. Travel router, Slate 7. It's pretty easy. Set up your admin password and then you're good to go. And now you should be connected to your router. Okay, now that we're all set up and we're connected to the Slate router, let's go ahead and check out the home screen. At the very top, we have our router. It says online, and that's good. And here are all the options you have on the internet. You have Ethernet, repeater, tethering, and cellular. You also have the networking wizard. Click on here. Now say you're at a hotel or a cruise ship or maybe at a coffee shop. What you want to do is go into repeater. And from here, you set this up right here. You would set it up to the local Wi-Fi, the public Wi-Fi. And then you would use this to connect all your devices. We're not going to do that today, but that's how you would do it. All right, next is multi-WAN. This travel router has the ability to set up a dual WAN configuration, but for most people, It's not necessary, especially for a travel router. Let's go back. Next is the protocol, DHCP. That's good. IPv4, good. That's the IP address. We're good there. We could modify it. We're not going to do this. Also, we have network port management, WAN, LAN port management. We're all good there. You can manage profiles if you want. From here, you can also enable the repeater, and there's repeater options as well, and there's more down below. All right, let's go back. Next, we have the MLO Wi-Fi. Click on this, and it's not enabled, so we're going to go ahead and enable it. Yeah, it's turned on. And from here, we can go on this and click here and set up a password, whatever we want to do here. All right, we're good with that. And let's go back. And we have the 2.4 and the 5 as well right here. And they're the same thing anyways. It goes to the same screen. But we can also change the passwords as well. Now below that, we have our VPN. I'm already set up for PIA, private internet access, and we are configured with the Bahamas right here. But you could go through a bunch of VPNs right here. They have Strong VPN, Surfshark, Windscribe, NordVPN. So there's plenty of those choices you have here. All you have to do is type in your username and password, and then you're good to go. Okay. Next is network storage. Click on that, and if you have a device connected to the port here, you'll see that. I don't have anything connected, so it says nothing. Parental controls. If you have kids and you have teenagers, definitely want to use this. And the last one is AdGuard. We're going to go ahead and enable AdGuard, and we're also going to handle client requests. Hit submit, and then we're good. Success. All right, so we're good with AdGuard. We're good with the VPN. And then below here, you'll see connected clients. My S23, and then I have Ultimate Tech Hub, which is the ASUS Zenbook right here. All right, now it's time for the all-important speed test. We're going to speed test the MLO band as well as the 5 gigahertz band. Let's start with the MLO, and we'll hit go. Wow, pretty impressive. We're getting around 600, almost 700, maybe 700 megabits per second download. 681. And upload, pretty impressive too. I would say we're about 730, maybe 740. 761 upload. Wow, very impressive. Let's try the 5 gigahertz band. So we'll go here. There we go, connect. If I was a betting man, I would say it's faster. Let's find out. Go. Here we go. Looks pretty good. Maybe the same. Or maybe a little less. Let's see here. And just for context, I have a 1 gig ISP plan. So we got 601 download megabits per second. And then we've got what for upload? We got 690 for upload. So my speed test proved that the MLO band was faster than the 5 gigahertz band. And for a travel router, that's pretty impressive. Just saying. All right, the speed test is pretty amazing. I'm not sure anybody needs a travel router this fast. I mean, you're going to be in a hotel, you're going to be on a cruise ship, maybe in an airport. I don't know if you're going to be getting these kind of speeds there because typically those speeds at public Wi-Fi are very slow, less than 100 megabits per second, typically around 50 or 40. And to have something like this where you're getting 800 megabits per second, you're not going to see that in a public Wi-Fi situation. That being said, you are going to maximize your speeds, your latency, and your bandwidth. But once again, you're not going to get anywhere near these speeds. I would dare say 70 megabits per second is the maximum you're going to get at a hotel, cruise ship, or airport, and probably way less. However, the features on this router are pretty amazing. Given that you have the VPN and the AdGuard, and the LCD screen is pretty awesome. And as far as I know, no other routers have this, and that's amazing. Anyways, guys, this router is priced around $140 depending on seasonal sales, and it's a pretty good value for what you get. You have a lot of options, a lot of features. You can add a VPN, Ad guard, you have the MLO band, and a plethora of features. I'm very certain that you'll never maximize these Wi-Fi 7 speeds in a hotel or cruise ship or airport, but having the ability to do so is pretty awesome. If you do a lot of traveling and you want a safe and secure and fast travel router, then the Slate 7 will do the trick. And it's got more features than you can handle. And of course, all the product links will be listed below. And just in case you forgot, I'm Michael Scott, and this is the Ultimate Tech Hub. Peace.